Spring is here, which means two things. First, my work is really starting to pick up again, so I'm actually doing work outside of the house now where I have to be face to face with other people and not just working at home on my computer. Second, because the weather is nice and everyone isn't hibernating in their homes, I'm seeing my friends a lot more, I'm going out and doing more activities in the world. So these two things together mean that I've been actually putting on a full face of makeup way more often lately. So today I thought I would show you my current everyday makeup routine, spring inspired. So let's just jump right into it. I've already got my skincare on. My skin is prepped and ready to go. I'm gonna start with my base makeup today. When I'm choosing my base makeup, if I'm going to work, I'll usually use a foundation, and I'm kind of just switching between a bunch of different old ones at the moment, but if I'm going to see a friend or just doing things throughout the day, I've been loving tinted moisturizer. So today for my base, I'm gonna mix the Light Revealer Tinted Moisturizer from Laura Mercier and the Yummy Skin Serum Skin Tint from Danessa Myricks. The reason I'm mixing these is because the Laura Mercier one is too dark and the Danessa Myricks one is too light, and so mixing them together is going to give me my perfect shade. Next, I'm gonna use some concealer to cover up the darkness around my eyes, and then any areas where I feel like I just want a little bit of extra coverage as well. I'm currently also mixing my concealers. I'm using the Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer and the Makeup by Mario Surreal Skin Awakening Concealer, also because one is too dark and one is too light. So I just do the same thing. I take a little bit from both on the back of my hand and then mix them together with a concealer brush and go straight in with that. Ooh, that looks kind of spooky. Once I've got that all applied, I take my beauty blender, my damp sponge, and blend in my concealer with that. I feel like I maybe used a little bit too much of the Makeup by Mario, the lighter of the two, but we will fix that. So now I need to set everything in place, so I'm gonna take my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless finishing powder and set that all in. I have normal to oily skin, and so as the weather gets warmer, I get really sweaty and kind of oily throughout the day. So I like to fully set my makeup. And even though I really like to have that nice hydrated, glowy looking base, this powder does a good job of setting without taking away too much of the glow. And then as the day goes on, my natural oils will start to come through anyways, and I'll get that super glowy look back, provided fully by nature. Okay, so I'm just gonna let that sit and set into place, and we'll move on to eyes before we finish the rest of the face. So I've been doing my eye makeup the same way every single day. I hadn't worn eyeshadow for months, and then when I got back from Mexico, I was suddenly back in the eyeshadow mood again. I've been wearing my eyeshadow the same way basically every single day, just switching up the colors that I'm using. So for today's look, I'm gonna use this old Charlotte Tilbury The Icons palette. Got some really pretty colors in here. So basically I've been using one medium tone matte color and then one shimmery color that's a little bit lighter, and basically just layering them. So you can do this with literally any colors that you want. Today I'm going to use this brown in the palette, and then I'll probably put this gold color right here over top. So on my fluffy brush, I'm just going to really cover it in eyeshadow. Oh, I forgot to prime my lids. So real quick, let's just go in and prime with the Laura Mercier eye primer. If you want your eyeshadow to actually show up and to last throughout the day, don't skip this step. Okay, back in with my brown eyeshadow. I'm just gonna take this and literally smack it all over my eyelid from the inner corner to the outer corner. And then I'm gonna switch to a clean blending brush and just use that to buff out the edges and blow it all out. Guys, I just hit pan. I just hit pan on this eyeshadow. Yes, oh my god, I love hitting pan. It's such a good feeling. I think this palette came out in like 2017, 2018, somewhere around there. And I got it right when it came out, so yeah. It's like, what, 6 years old, and I just hit pan on the first shadow. So that's why it feels so good to me, because it's like, finally, we're getting there. So rare for me to hit pan, especially on an eyeshadow. Once I've got that all blended out on the top, I'll take my same brush and just use that to add some color to my lower lash line as well. I like a smokier lower lash line, especially for this look since the eyeshadow is going to be more subtle. I feel like it just goes really well. Then I'm going to take my shimmery shade. You could use your finger for this. I'm just going to use a flat synthetic brush and I'm going to apply that right over top. So I'm also going to put this all over my lid from the inner corner to the outer corner, but I'm not going to blend it out like I did the shadow underneath. I'm just tapping it on lightly to add a little bit of sheen and shimmer and shine. And that's it for the eyeshadow. Simple, easy, everyday eyeshadow. I've been obsessed with brown eyeliner lately. My obsession started with my Fenty liquid eyeliner in the color Truffle, but I've been back to my Maybelline Eye Studio gel liner recently. I don't know why one speaks to me over the other at different times of the year, but this is the one I just happen to be on at the moment. So this is just in the color brown. You can do your eyeliner however you like to do your eyeliner. I'm going to wing mine out. And I've been back to bringing it all the way into the inner corner. For a while there, I was just doing like 3/4 of the way, but I'm back to bringing it right in here. I'm still loving a nude waterline, and it feels very springy and bright and fresh to me, so we're gonna add that as well. This is the Sephora brand 12-hour eyeliner. I love these. They're so long wearing and they work so well in the waterline. And the Sephora sale should still be on when this video goes live, so if you're looking for some good pencil eyeliners, they're 30% off on Sephora right now, so go check that out. I'll leave links to all the products that I'm talking about down below, as long as they're not discontinued, which I feel like half of them always are. Next, I'm just gonna go in with a couple coats of mascara. I'm not gonna curl them or put falsies or anything on today. Recently, I've just been loading up with mascara and that's it. I'm good to go. And then to finish up the eyes, I'm just going to take a little bit of a powder highlight and apply that right to the inner corner to lighten and brighten that area. I took this product with me down to Mexico and I absolutely fell in love with it again. This is the Danessa Myricks Balm Contour. I don't even want to give you a close-up of what this pan looks like. It looks disgusting. But yeah, I've been using this as my bronzer every single day. It's too dark and warm for my skin tone to use as an actual contour, but it is the perfect bronze. So I'm just applying that to my temples and across the top of my forehead, just buffing it in. By now, that light layer of powder that I applied earlier has settled into my skin and set everything down. So it's okay to go in with cream products over top. They're gonna work perfectly fine. Just gonna use a little bit of this on my cheekbones as well. Because it's a warmer color, I'm keeping it higher on my face and not bringing it low into my contour area as much. I'm almost gonna use it more as a blush, although we are gonna use blush as well because I've been loving the blush again lately. It's definitely a little bit too dark for my skin tone right now, but I've still been trying to get away with it. I don't know. I don't mind being a little bit extra bronzy. Now that that's on there, I'm just gonna go back in with the sponge that I used to blend out my concealer and kind of go over top of the edges just to blend them in a little bit better and make everything a little bit softer. And next we blush. So I've been layering my blush lately. I've been liking a pop of blush on the cheeks. It just feels so spring to me. And depending on what eyeshadow colors I've been choosing has been determining which blush I've been using lately. So I've either been going in with this one from Rare Beauty. This is the Nearly Apricot Melting Blush. Or I've been using this one from Merit, Stockholm, which is their blush balm. So this one's more peachy and this one is more pink. I feel like with my eyeshadow today, I could kind of go either way. So I guess I'll just choose whichever. Let's do the Rare Beauty. So I'm gonna tap this onto the apples of my cheek and then kind of bring it back. And then to really make that pop and stand out, I'm gonna go over top with a powder blush. So lately, if I've been using the pink cream blush from Merit, I go in with this one from Charlotte Tilbury. This is Love is the Drug. But when I do a peach blush, I've been using this one from Charlotte Tilbury, which is Ecstasy. I'm gonna just tap that right on top. And it's not too bad today, but sometimes because I'm putting a powder on top of a cream, the powders can kind of cling onto the cream underneath and get a little patchy. So if that happens, I take a really big fluffy duo fiber brush like this and I'll just really lightly brush it out. But I don't really feel like I need to do that too much today. For brows, I've been going back and forth between filling them in with a little fine tipped pencil or just using my regular old tinted brow gel. Today I'm just gonna use the brow gel. This is the Glossier Boy Brow in the color brown. I literally just brush my hairs up and out. Last but not least, we're on to lips. I've been using this lip liner every single day. It's just so pretty and natural and close to my lip color. So I feel like it's perfect for an everyday makeup look. It's called 405 Demure from Annabelle. I've had this for so long, I don't even know if they make it anymore, but I feel like they probably do because how could you get rid of this? It's like the perfect lip liner. And then I'll go in with whatever lip is complementary to my blush. I've been kind of rotating through a few different lip glosses and more like sheer lip products lately. One that I've been using really often is this one from Makeup by Mario. This is the Moisture Glow Lip Plumping Lip Serum in the color Apricot Glow. Will got this for me for Christmas and I love it. It's hydrating. It gives a good amount of color. It looks plump and juicy on the lips. It doesn't have a weird taste. I love it. It's so pretty. To finish everything off, I'm gonna take my Urban Decay setting spray. Give myself a nice coating of that. And that is it, you guys. That is my current everyday makeup for spring. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. It helps me out so much. As I mentioned before, all of the products that I talked about today will be linked in the description box down below. If you're new here, welcome. I would love for you to join my YouTube family, so hit that subscribe button down below to see more. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.